You know, you guys, ever since we did Hwacha, I really wanted to do some more medieval weaponry myths.
That is perfect, because we have one that comes out of the Hungarian army during the 1500s. Now, apparently they believe that an archer riding on the back of a galloping horse, if he were to shoot an arrow, that arrow would have twice the penetrating power as an archer firing an arrow standing still.
Sounds like a myth to me.
I know, it's hard to believe, right?
Physics, history, let's do it.
Two of my worst subjects.
Back in the 1500s, Hungarian archers were the most skilled and feared warriors in Europe. In fact, archery was practiced as a martial art. And the boldest claim made by these master bowmen was that they could actually get twice the penetration when the arrow was shot from the back of a galloping horse.
Okay, so it sounds like we need to get our hands on a medieval-style bow, fire arrows at the target from a stationary position, and then gallop at the target and fire arrows again.
Right, well then we'll look at the two sets of arrows and see which ones go deeper into the target.
Wait a minute, so if you're firing a bow from the top of the horse, that means you have no hands to hold on to the reins, and don't they gallop at like 40 miles an hour?
Exactly, that's why you have to be an expert horse rider.
What could possibly go wrong?
Custer's very words to the 7th Cavalry at Little Bighorn. The team has wisely chosen a venue that specializes in mounted archery.
We've come to the Cascade Marchador and Mounted Archery Center in Bend, Oregon. Now, we've done myths about horses, we've done myths about archery, but they're gonna help us put the two together.
Most of my experience comes from riding an iron horse. I would say a real horse, twice. Once as a kid, and once a really old horse that had diarrhea on the beach.
And Tory's only slightly more upbeat.
You know, as a kid watching all these war movies with these mounted archers running into battle, killing the enemy, I kind of have this fantasy that I could probably just jump on one of these horses, get the bow and arrow, and go ahead and do it. And it's not going to be that hard. But I'm probably really wrong.
If recent history is any guide, Tory and Equus Cabellus are barely on speaking terms.
They are going way faster this time.
That was great. Can we do that again?
And this time he has to ride the beast at full gallop, drop the reins, then let loose a lethal arrow.
Let's go.
It takes a lot of concentration to do two things at once. It's like patting your head and rubbing your belly. I think riding a horse while shooting arrows is going to be quite a challenge.
You can say that again. Grant and Kari are both learner riders, and they'll have to steer without using the reins.
Come on.
You give them a little squeeze and a click.
That way! That way!
Yeah, okay, that wasn't the way I wanted to go.
He's got steering, it's just not power steering. That way. Hard left.
Forget archery at the gallop. Let's see if these amateur light horsemen can shoot from a saunter.
I think we're ready to attack.
Grant's the first to try his luck.
Interesting strategy, Grant.
Interesting isn't quite the word.
Grant, you're going the wrong way! Attack!
A man with a drawn bow on a wayward horse is a deadly threat to all and sundry.
Use the horse, Grant.
Choose the horse. Oh!
More by good luck than good management, the horse eventually turns toward the target.
Try not to shoot the horse in the head, Grant. Oh, so close.
Kari's horse has a much better sense of direction, but still no sense of occasion.
Go faster. Now, if we could just do that a little faster.
At least she hit the target. Let's see if Tory can do it a little faster.
Yeah, got him!
Not bad at all, but we're testing a myth based on the best mounted archers in history. There's no point in our guys taking a static comparison shot. It's time to saddle up the professionals.
Well, considering Grant's horse keeps going in the wrong direction, Kari's horse keeps eating on the way into battle,
Yep.
I think we're gonna have to leave this to the experts.
We're gonna collect data from them, check their results, and that way you can see if we got the penetration power from an extra momentum of a running horse.
Now, the three pieces of data that we need are the speed of the horse, the terminal velocity of the arrow, And then finally, the thing about which this myth is truly about is the penetration of the arrow.
So the team demotes itself to setting up the gizmos that should accurately measure the speed of the arrow and the penetration.
We're also going to be measuring the speed of the horses. So I've got this radar gun, and we'll point it at the horses, and it'll give us their speed in miles per hour.
First up, Lucas, Katie, and Holm take a bunch of shots from a standing start. This is the key control data they'll need to compare with arrows fired at the gallop. Average arrow speed is right on the money for the myth, between 130 and 140 miles per hour.
6 1/8 inches deep into the foam. 8 inches and 3/8. 10 3/4 inches.
And now for some real riding. Top speed for light cavalry is reckoned at close to 40 miles per hour. So to properly test the myth, they all need to hit 40 and hit the target.
Wow, nice shot.
You know, she smiles the entire time. Like, oh yeah, whatever.
If she's galloping at 44 miles an hour and hitting the target, I'd be smiling too.
Wow, nice shot.
Anybody who actually released an arrow off of a galloping horse, it's like a rush. It's a very unique discipline, very challenging. It's probably the most difficult thing that I have ever done.
Every arrow that hits home
Dang, she is good.
gets wrenched out and measured.
11 1/2 inches, 12 1/2 inches.
On average, the penetration is deeper,
3/8.
but not by much, suggesting that this medieval myth might be horse manure. But the data just isn't consistent enough to make a call. 3 different archers, 3 different horses. Arrows fired at different speeds from a variable distance. The data is diabolical.
Our riders did really great. I mean, they were accurate and they had a great speed. Unfortunately, all of these numbers are just not consistent enough to give us a really good conclusion. Nothing here really supports the myth, but I'm afraid that our margin of error is way too big. I mean, we've got moving horses and of course, human errors involved here. So I think we really need to take this back to the shop, see what variables we can cut out, and see if we can just find the core of this myth, which is, will the momentum of movement add penetration to the shot?
Despite the best efforts of our amateurs and the pros, inconsistent data means that our medieval archery myth remains unresolved. The legend we're testing is that expert Eastern European archers got twice the penetration shooting from horseback. To bust or confirm it, man and beast need to take a back seat.
Mounted archers were amazing, but the results just not consistent enough to call it.
Yeah, to make this an accurate experiment, we need to have the speed of the horse, the speed of the arrow, and the accuracy all be repeatable.
And with humans and horses in the equation, that's just not gonna happen.
All right, well, why don't we get rid of both? We'll replace the bow with a crossbow that's calibrated to a medieval bow, and then we'll replace the horse with the vehicle, so that way we make sure it's going at the same speed every time.
And to make sure that we're firing from the same place every time, we can mount the crossbow.
This is gonna be great. I know the perfect vehicle. I'll go get it.
Okay, he better not be going for my car.
But then you'll have a crossbow attached to your car.
Kari's wheels are safe for now. Grant's already sourced a replacement horse that will do 40 miles per hour every time. Guaranteed.
Oh my God, it's perfect!
Isn't that?
Dude, let's invade! Oh my...
This is our horse. This is our new horse.
The Jeep comes fitted with what looks like a 50 cal machine gun.
Does this work?
No, it's a replica.
Tory plans to replace that with a compound crossbow. Naturally, he'll have to test it first. So now for one of those definitive, don't try this at home moments.
Well, it looks like it's accurate. Now whether or not it's consistent, I'll find out.
While Tory sets the platform for a more credible set of crossbow tests, Kari carves out a hood ornament that honors the origins of the myth.
We have to take the horse out of the equation, but I don't want to take it out entirely because really it's the essence of the myth. So I'm going to dress up our car so it looks a little more like a horse.
Meantime, Tori's found a target to test the consistency of the penetration. That would be the back of Grant's head. As you'd expect, the damage done to the jelly brain is almost the same from each shot.
2 1/8 inches.
And Tori's fine-tuned the bow speed back to a more leisurely, medieval pace. He decides to mount the bow on a camera tripod head screwed onto the gun strap. Kari welds a sharpened steel tube to the grill so she can mount the foam head. All it needs is brute force and a little leverage.
It's having one of those freaking days.
Well, she hasn't tipped a forklift or set herself on fire, but yeah, we're with you, Kari.
How far down do you want to go?
The heart of this myth is really a simple question. Will the added momentum of a horse give extra penetration power to an arrow? So we're taking out a few variables here so we can just get down to that one little question. Our horse is now a car horse. That way we don't have all of the jostling and we have a constant speed because the horses, they just weren't getting it when I was explaining to them to go one speed.
With a horse head to the fore and a horse tail aft, this custom Jeep is undeniably one of a kind, especially when the whole thing is sprayed in We Mean Business black.
Black Shooty. That's her name, Black Shooty. Get it?
But Grant's head is way too small to be a viable target. So the man himself offers up an alternative with a similar density to the flesh of a barbarian enemy.
Now this foam is going to make a great target for comparing the penetrating power of our arrows. But I think it's missing a little something. I think it's missing that hint of realism.
Time to dress down for the occasion.
What exactly are we?
We're ancient warriors. It's not really very accurate, but...
Yeah, we're the invading horde. Okay? All right.
This isn't the History Channel.
Yeah.
Grant sets the timer on the camera, and the crew do their best to say cheese in barbarian. We're left with a happy snap, well and truly fit for a big foam dartboard.
Yeah! Good. I thought that was good.
Yeah, it felt convincing to
Okay.
me.
I felt angry.
Okay,
That was
good.
good.
It's one thing to ride a horse at speed without falling off. It's at least twice as hard to drop the reins and shoot an arrow. But will that arrow get twice the penetration?
I think we're ready to attack.
Kari, Tory, and Grant began testing their medieval archery myth with real horses and a handheld bow.
Oh, so close.
For the sake of consistency, they've changed up to a Jeep and a crossbow, but the principle is just the same. Could a modest 40 miles per hour running start double the depth of the arrow? The next challenge is to drive their tricked-up Jeep through the city and over the Bay Bridge to the Alameda test track.
If we don't get pulled over, this will be a miracle.
Hey, Grant, you just hold your horses over there, buddy.
All this yelling is making me a little horse. So we've come out to Alameda Runway. This is one of our most favorite places in the whole world to test myths because we have this big, long stretch of road and there's no one around anywhere to catch a stray arrow.
Well, that saved us a bundle in public liability insurance, but it also means there's no audience for the artwork.
We got our own billboard.
Dina, Conan, Papa Smurf?
Hopefully they've nailed the consistency. But let's remember that this myth rests entirely on added momentum. Tory needs to shoot at speed precisely 60 feet short of the target.
60 feet, right here.
So for the myth that arrows fired from horseback have twice the penetration power, we've replaced our horse with a vehicle that I'm going to drive at exactly 40 miles an hour.
As soon as we get to this mark, which is exactly 60 feet away from the target, I'll take the shot and hit the target.
And I'll mark them, measure them, keep notes on how far they penetrate into the target. We'll compare them with our standing shot, and we'll finally know the answer to this myth.
It's a legend that's been hotly debated for 500 years. So I guess we can hang on for a few more minutes to call it confirmed, plausible, or busted. Grant, Kari, and Tory are testing the myth that an arrow fired from a galloping horse has twice the penetration of an arrow fired from rest. They've had to make a few adjustments along the way.
Even with trained horses, they might gallop at a different speed on each run. And even with expert archers, sometimes you might draw back the bow just a little bit further. So what we're doing right now is getting rid of all those variables.
So the horse becomes a jeep, and the medieval bow gets replaced by a modern crossbow. The changes are essential for reliable, repeatable testing.
The first set of data points we're going to take are static shots. We're going to shoot a bunch of arrows into our target. I'm going to mark and measure each one, and that way we'll have a great comparison for when we actually do our moving shots.
Tory's ready to rip through 10 arrows in quick succession from a standing start.
In 3, 2, 1, fire. Fire.
Nice!
In 3, 2, 1. Oh!
He is consistent, but there's an unsettling pattern developing here.
That was a little too close for comfort there.
Still, nice grouping.
3, 2, 1. Oh! Right in the ding dong.
Now it's up to Kari to mark the depth of each shaft.
That one had to hurt right there in the genetic legacy. Ow. It's like I was aiming or something.
Then put her back into it. 10 test arrows should give us a good average static depth to work from.
The average from our static shots is 8.77 inches of penetration. So now we're going to take our moving shots and compare the two.
All right, go to position.
And they've nailed all the vital stats. The Jeep will hit exactly 40 miles per hour. The arrows will fire at 135 miles per hour. And Tory will shoot at precisely 60 feet from the target.
Oh, let's go to war!
Wow, it sure looks like a lot of fun shooting arrows from the car and driving really fast. I'm sure glad that I get to collect all the data.
I'm about to load the crossbow.
They're gonna be jealous when they see me doing math.
Here we go.
Grant revs the Jeep like it's a rental. Then gets it up to speed. Tory steadies, aims, and makes one tiny mistake.
I'm excited! I got so excited I forgot to take the safety off. All right.
Okay, good practice run, everyone.
All right.
This one's for real.
Good time, everyone.
All good fun, but we've got a medieval myth to bust. Tory finally gets his act together.
All right, hi-ho, shooty, away!
Now, let's see if Tory can keep his composure and hit the target.
Go!
The first 3 shots found a steady latitude. One hit the shield, one hit Tory, and the last hit Kari in her favorite kidney.
I keep forgetting we're trying to get like some actual data from all this.
Yeah. Oops. Dude.
I thought we were just having fun.
Yeah, don't forget to do the science.
Yeah, let's not forget the science. These 10 running shots will bust or confirm the myth that arrows shot forwards at 40 miles per hour bury themselves twice as deep in the target.
You're ready to go.
Tory turns out to be a natural-born archer. If shooting a crossbow from the back of a moving Jeep was an Olympic sport, Actually, why isn't it?
Oh, I can do this all day. I gotta remember to stop. I just keep going.
This just never gets old.
But Tory's down to his last arrow.
Ready when you are.
And so far, barbarian dwarf Grant is unscathed.
You got the dwarf! Yeah! You got the little bearded Grant!
You think you were gonna get out of this battle unscathed? I don't think so, friend.
All right, now for the fun part.
Yeah. Data!
I'm gonna go do math. Don't be jealous.
Once more, Kari marks the shafts exactly where they pierce the foam. And they're even harder to extract than last time.
Well, they feel like they've gone in further.
Now for the tail of the tape, as Kari measures the penetration of all 10 arrows shot from a 40-mile-per-hour running start.
The figures are actually pretty interesting. We are getting an average of 11 inches with all the moving shots, which is a little over 2 inches more penetration than all the static shots. So we are getting more penetration, but it's not the double that the myth actually claims.
Fire. 1.
If it was double, these arrows would have buried themselves all the way up to their feathers.
Okay, Kari, so what do you got?
Well, for the static shots, I got an average of 8.77. Now for the moving shots, I got an average of 11.04 inches.
Wow, so it did penetrate deeper.
It did. It didn't have double the penetration, but it definitely had over 2 inches.
All right, well, before we call this one busted, I think we need to go back to the shop, double check the high speed, and see what the speeds of the arrows were.
The key to this myth is penetration, but after measuring our arrows, this one's busted.
Yeah, and we used bead foam, which has a similar density to both our ballistic material and the human body. And we only got 25% more penetration, which is far from what their stories told.
And that was backed up by our high-speed footage, which showed that our iron horse increased the speed of our arrows by 31%, resulting in only a 72% increase in kinetic energy. Not quite double.
Yeah, but you gotta give it to them. Riding horseback did give them some advantage. It just wasn't exactly as much as they bragged about.
Yeah, but that being said, the arrows still didn't go twice as deep, so this one's busted.
Busted.
Busted.